Destin, and welcome to Chazy. Tonight we're here for the championship game. The Chazy Eagles going against NAC Bobcats. We thought sure Basketball Bill would be here tonight, but I don't see him as of yet. If we're real lucky, Bill will show up. This is the first annual Chazy tournament, girls varsity tournament that is, sponsored by the Chazy Athletic Association. We'll be back with the starting lineup in a few moments.
Okay, good evening everybody and welcome to Hometown Cable High School basketball action.
The Lady Eagles will be the visiting team and the Lady Bobcats will be the home team.
Now, I don't understand why, but the Bobcats are the home team here in this championship game of the Chazy, first annual Chazy tip-off tournament for girls varsity.
Number 30, Sarah Russell.
Sarah Russell.
Number 5,
Heather Coulomb.
Number 34, Jenny Gallo.
Jenny Gallo, number 34. These are the starters for the Chazy Eagles.
He's introducing everybody.
Oh, he's introducing everybody? Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to start over here, folks.
Number 20, Sarah Menard. Number 11, Michelle Cooper. And now for the Lady Bobcats. Number 34, Becky Boyer. Number 21, Tessa Garrett. Number 15, Melissa Guerrero. Number 31, Erin LeBaire. Number 11, Courtney Welch. Number 13, Gina Barco.
These are the subs, I believe, they're introducing, right? Both teams, and then he's going to introduce the starters?
Starters, yeah.
Okay, that's Mr. Devins doing the introductions here. Now the starters for the Chazy Eagles. Katie Bouchard, number 42. Christy Wilson, number 32. Katie Peru, number 22. Melissa Lemire, number 12. Jenny Prue, number 44. Tuesday Goodrow, the head coach for the Chazy Eagles. And the Lady Bobcats. 25, Jessica Daly. Number 23 is Darcy Rabideau. Amanda Chase is number 12. Sarah Dupuis, number 14, had 19 points last night. And number 24, April Miller. Bobcats are coached by Steve Chilton. And the referees tonight are Mr. Tom Lacey, and Big Al Rose is the other official. Chazy in their away uniforms, green and white, and the Bobcats in their home uniforms, all white with green and gold trim, or letters and numbers. They're quickly out of the huddle. Okay, just Daly and who? Wilson. Well, the Bobcats get possession off the jump ball. Start the game. That's April Miller now with the ball. Miller comes over the top of the zone. Darcy Rabideau pops the first jump shot. It's good. And it's a three-pointer. And the Bobcats off to a good start here. Rabideau makes it 3-0. Lemire, number 12, with the ball. She's being watched by Sarah Dupuis. Dupuis, yesterday being her birthday, had the game of her life. Had 19 points. Rabideau gets a hand in on there. Chase is watching Wilson. 2-3 with a hold. That'd be Darcy Rabideau picking up her first foul. Inbounding the ball is the Prue girl. She goes to Lemire. Lemire being watched by Rabideau. Jess Daly moves up on Prue. You should be doing a play-by-play.
22 and 44 approved, so you're all set.
Amanda Chase almost with a steal. Falls down into the bleachers. And she appears to be okay. Bobcats advancing to this championship game by beating Willsboro Warriors. I actually forgot to score, and Chazy ended up beating Mariah Vikings in the second game. And that's one of the Prue girls putting up a shot, getting herself open. Makes it a 3-2 ball game. So it's the Mountain Valley League against the Champlain Valley League. Rabideau over to Sarah Dupree, and Dupree, she hits the jump shot.
Picking it up from last night.
Picking it up from last night is right. Prue moves around Miller, goes over the top. Katie Bouchard puts up a shot, that's off the mark. April Miller comes up with the ball from underneath, using her speed, moves up the court, finds Sarah Dupree, and quickly puts it up and off the glass and in. Nice play by April Miller to find Dupree underneath. Back to Lemire. Lemire hustling there. She goes inside to Bouchard. That's up short. Chase couldn't handle the ball. And then Chase ties up Bouchard, and possession arrow in favor of the green. Kyle Rose will hand the ball to Katie Bouchard. And Jess Daly with the steal. Oh, she threw it to Darcy Rabideau. Bouchard wide open underneath. That's off the back of the rim. And the ball ends up in the hands of Darcy Rabideau. Moving the ball quickly down for the Cats. Rabideau finds Chase cutting to the basket. And the ball is out of bounds, off in the hands of Katie Prue. And it looked like Amanda gave her a little hip to help her knock that ball out of bounds. April Miller on the inbound play. Goes back to Rabideau. Can't see what the score is. Actually, I think it's 7-2. Just Daly, if she would have just jumped up there. 5:19 left. Opening quarter here. It's the championship game of the Chazy tip-off tournament for girls varsity basketball. Bill Chase, I never introduced myself, with the new highway superintendent of Champlain, Sam Castine, doing the camera work. And that's one of the Prue girls driving to the basket, and a foul called. 2-3, that's on Darcy Rabideau. So it's 2 early fouls on Rabideau. It's going to force Coach Chilton go to the bench. Jen Prue on the line. Oh, so all of a sudden it's quiet here. It's like watching a golf game. Prue sinks the first one. Rabideau's out. Number 21 is in the game now. That would be Tessa Parent. Bobcats did not get into any kind of foul trouble last night. If they had 5 for the whole game, that'd be lucky. Long rebound, ran down by Wilson, I believe. Prue inside to Wilson. Shots up and a chase. Sometimes these rims are friendly and sometimes they're not. Dupree goes to Miller. Miller sends it back to Dupree. We got a 7-3 ball game. Tess Parent now at the ball. Parent brings it back out to Dupree. Dupree swings it over to Miller. Miller looking for Chase. Chase trying to force a pass there to Daly. And a 30-second violation. So the Chazy defense keeping the Bobcats off the board that time down the court. 4:25 left in the first quarter. 7-3's the score. Lemire with the ball for the Eagles. It's the Eagles and the Bobcats. Daly getting a hand in there. And they're calling that a backcourt violation. Okay. All right, Darcy Rabideau returns. Tess Parrott is back to the bench. April Miller looking underneath. And April Miller trying to put a pass into Amanda Chase, but Christy Wilson knocked that out of there. Goes out of bounds. Bobcats will maintain possession. 4:03 left on the clock here in the first quarter. Sarah Dupree receiving the ball on the inbound play. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Darcy Rabideau, far side of the court from our position. Down to 10. Rabideau will pop the jumper. Top the mark. Bouchard picks up the rebound. Well, it wasn't a rebound. Really. Offensive foul called on Bouchard. Some technical difficulties. Tom Lacey helped us out there. Bobcats here started off shooting well, but now they've been trying to force some passes underneath that aren't really there. Three-second violation called on number 44, Jen Prue, as she made a nice play to get the ball back to Lemire and will actually hit the shot, but it does not count. 3-second violation called before the shot was taken. Darcy Rabideau being watched. Amanda Chase on a baseline. Chase. She actually losing the ball. Lemire with a steal. Now Prue. Jess Daly. Jess Daly's been using her hands very well in these first two games. Getting their hands all over the ball. Chase steps in front of that. And Krista Wilson. Actually, I know a Krista Wilson from Lyon Mountain, you know. So I know another Christy Wilson from Lyon Mountain. She's only about 8 years old, though. Well, it's Krista, not Christy. Dupree with the shot. That's off the mark. Chase trying to get the rebound. But Bouchard taps it to Lemire, and Lemire comes across midcourt. She sends it to Prue. Right here on the right side. Back to Bouchard. Inside to Wilson. She throws a shot up. No arc on it. 7-3 is the score. We've been at that score for the last 3 or 4 minutes now. Down under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. 8-minute quarters. We're indoors in a warm gym. Although the temperature is pretty warm tonight.
Yeah, not bad.
April Miller pops a jump shot. Jess Daly can't get there. Lemire picks up the loose ball. Brings it down for the Eagles. Dumps it to Prue. Back to Lemire. Lemire looking to drive through the Bobcat defense. Finds Bouchard. Bouchard shots in and out. And picks up a loose ball foul. And that'll be Katie Bouchard's. Is that her second foul? That offensive foul call was called against her, I believe. So that forces Tuesday Goodrow to go to the bench.
Rachel Lamb.
The Lamb girl, yeah. I can tell it's a Lamb. That's Daryl's younger sister, right? Yeah. There's one girl I can pick out of that Chazy bench. Miller using her speed. She's able to run down that loose ball, but she's going to get called for a travel before she could get rid of the ball. 1:14 left here in the first quarter. Lemire being watched by Dupree. Bobcats in a man-to-man defense. April Miller. Oh, there's Daryl Lamb. Oh, not Daryl Lamb.
Daryl Lamb.
Oh, okay, that was Daryl. Rachel Lamb. It looked good for a second, but she didn't put the ball on the floor, so travel is called. April Miller trying to find Darcy Rabideau over the top of that zone, and Darcy was moving to the right, and April threw the ball to the left. Or vice versa. Anyways, she was going the wrong way, and the ball was going the other. Or going one way, and the ball going the other. Prue to Prue, right? 22-44. Yep. Prue underneath, another travel call. So not the offensive output that we had in that first game last night. Things rather slow here for both the Bobcats and Chazy. Bobcats actually hit their first 2 shots of the game. Inside to... Oh, what was that? Amanda Chase. Looked like she traveled. Oh, Darcy throwing something up there. Lemire down at under 10 seconds. Pops the 3-pointer. It's off the back of the rim. Wilson, nice play. And Prue ends it here. Makes it a 7-5 ball game. They actually put the score, gave it to the Bobcats. And quickly, Tuesday Goodrow goes to the score table. So at the end of the first quarter here on Hometown Cable High School Girls Basketball action at the Chazy first annual tip-off tournament, the Bobcats up by 2, 7-5. Okay, the Bobcats will start off the second quarter with possession. Sarah Dupree, Darcy Rabideau, April Miller, Latrice Thomas, number 33, Jessica Daly for the Cats. Satu Pruz, Lamb, Wilson, and Lemire for the Chazy Eagles. There's a steal by one of the Pruz. Quickly up to the other one. That's off the foot of Wilson and out of bounds. So the Bobcats will maintain possession, or regain possession, I mean. Sarah Dupree bringing it across midcourt for the Cats. Jessica Daly puts up a shot. Wilson ends up with the ball. Outlets to Lemire. Lemire across midcourt, picked up by April Miller. Lamb cutting was Prue. Put the shot up, unable to get it off. It's out of bounds off the hands of Latrice Thomas. Jen Prue was cutting to the basket, and Lamb finding her. That's Rachel Lamb. Had the right idea. But I believe Jen Prue just got a little bit too far underneath the basket. She did get the shot off, but unable to convert. 7-5 is the score, and that's what it was at the end of the first quarter. Wilson puts up a shot. Air ball. Lamb picks that up on the weak side. Lemire back to Prue. Shot, that's short. And April Miller picks up the loose ball. Miller to Dupree. Whoops. Sorry, Sam. Rabideau. Lamb saw that. Steps in front of April Miller. Lamb pulls up, catches Lemire, cutting to the basket. Lemire puts it up and scores. 7-7. So the Cats at one time enjoying a 7-2, 7-3 lead. Find themselves in a tie ball game. Eagles working tenaciously on defense. April Miller shot. Well, neither team is shooting really well actually here. Lemire cuts to her left, puts up the shot. It doesn't go. Latrice Thomas with a nice rebound there. Way up above everybody. And Sarah Dupree. The ball for the Bobcats. She finds Darcy Rabideau. Rabideau with the head fake. The shot. That's off the head of Latrice Thomas. A lot of air balls here tonight, Sam.
Yes, they're going long. Wind's affecting us.
The wind, yeah. There's more wind in here than there is outside. Maybe somebody passed wind. You know what happened the last time we got together in a tournament game?
We won't talk about it.
Thomas with a rebound. Hey, we got a new player in there for the Eagles, number 20, Sarah Menard. April Miller. Bobcats having a hard time cracking his zone here, defense tonight of the Eagles. Lamb with the rebound to Bouchard. 7-7. Whatever worked early going for the Bobcats, they've sort of gone away from what was working for them. And a foul's going to be called, and Katie Bouchard puts the shot up high off the glass. It goes in, makes it 9-7, and the Eagles are on top for the first time here. Although the Eagles are in their away uniforms, they're actually the home team here, in my opinion. I don't know, it's kind of goofy here. The Bobcats wearing their home uniforms and Chazy's in their away green. And they're even putting the score up there, and Chazy being the guest in their own building. Katie Bouchard looking for the three-pointer, and she does convert it. Was the foul called on Darcy Rabideau? I don't know. I think it was because she's on the bench now. So that's 3, and she'll probably sit there for the rest of the half then. Bobcats couldn't do anything wrong the way it was going last night. They only had one little lull in the third quarter. Defensively and offensively, they put together a fine performance, but they're having their problems here. Push from behind called number 25, I think, Jess Daly.
Yep.
Fouls on the floor. Nobody in the bonus yet. Possession arrow in favor of Chazy. All the way back to Lemire. Lemire, jump shot, three-pointer. And they're out to a 6-point lead now, Chazy. 13-7. The Cats have yet to score since, probably 5 minutes left in the first quarter. April Miller hits that one. It's a two-pointer. So she ends the drought for the Cats. Her foot was on the line. Nice shot, though, for Miller. Miller,
only a 2?
Huh?
It was only a 2?
Only a 2, yep. Foot being on the line. Menard puts up a shot. That's off the mark. Loose ball. Tying up Wilson was Latrice Thomas. And possession arrow. And they conversed, the officials did. Well, the scorers had some problems in this game earlier, and last night we seen them not wanting to put points on the board, and tonight they've actually given the Bobcats points they didn't deserve to have. Possession arrow was in favor of the Cats, so heads up play by Thomas. Ball's inside to Daly, blocked by Wilson. 13-9, 4:05 left here in the second quarter. Bobcats and Eagles on Hometown Cable, high school girls varsity basketball. That's apparent. That's going to be an over and back. No? Ooh, what we saw earlier, I thought that was going to be. Sarah Dupree puts up a shot. That's off the mark. Daly can't get there. And Menard losing her balance. The ball's off, out of bounds, off in her. So that ball hit the rim, so it means a new 30-second clock. Miller hustling, getting into the open. She goes from the left to the right. Miller working against Katie Bouchard. Out to Parent. Tess Parent loses the ball to Lemire. Sarah Dupree hustling back. And Lemire, a little unorthodox, but she gets the roll.
It counts.
Yeah. 15-9. Sarah Dupree, shot. It's off the mark. Nobody there for the rebound. It just seems like underneath the green owns everything. Bobcats are being boxed out or what? And they're not moving their feet to get in position. Wilson rebounds out to Bouchard. That's a little short. Daly outlets to Parent. Parent. And we got a travel called. Cats will bring in a couple subs. 2:47 left on the clock. 15-9's the score. And a timeout called there. Well, we still have 2:47 left on the clock, and the score is still 15-9. Chazy Eagles on top currently of the Northern Adirondack Bobcats here in the Chazy Tip-Off Tournament. Okay, Amanda Chase and Darcy Rabbit return for the Bobcats. Latrice Thomas and Tess Perrin are out. Wilson with a shot. Rabbit 3-2. Wilson's going to get called for over the top. Much taller than Darcy Rabbit. Would you say it's being called tighter tonight, or there's more fouls?
I think tighter.
Yeah, that first game last night, and Willsboro and NAC had 10 fouls between them for the whole game. We'd be lucky. Jessica Daly getting her hand in there on Katie Prue to the missed shot by the Bobcats.
Tonight the refs are being paid by the foul.
Lemire to Prue, back into Prue. Prue puts up the shot. That's off the mark, and that's out of bounds. And it'll be the Bobcat ball. Inbound under the Chazy basket. Katie Prue putting up that shot. 15-9, not a real high-scoring affair. Neither team is lighting it up, although Chazy has converted a little bit better than the Bobcats. Amanda Chase scrambling there. And oh, that was a fumbalaya. Okay, Bernard Girl is out. Katie Bouchard back in. So Lemire brings it up. Melissa Lemire. Wonder if she's related to Tracy Lemire.
From where?
You know, Tracy's from out your way. He's a CO at Bear Hill.
Don't know.
He's a guy that didn't talk to me for 5 years until Northeastern then finally beats NAC in soccer. Jump ball called. Amanda Chase and Katie Prue getting tied up. I believe the possession arrow now in favor of the Bobcats, right? Yeah. Jess Daly, you got to put that shot right up. She doesn't. Stays down. You receive that ball on the inbound pass like that, you got to shoot it. And April Miller gets a break there as that ball is out of bounds off in Katie Prue. And we're still at 15-9, folks. Maybe in the second half it'll be a better offensive outing. Chase. Well, she's a muscle in her way there. Darcy Rabideau follows her shot and picks up her own rebound. Good play by Darcy. Swings it over the top to Sarah Dupree. Sarah wanted to pass it to April Miller. She was pulling up her socks. Sarah shoots and scores. That's a two-pointer, a long two-pointer, I guess. So the Bobcats cut it down to a 4-point margin, down under a minute. Tracy Lemire, she has a nice shot. And that's a three-pointer.
That's not Tracy.
I mean, Melissa.
Mel, they call her.
What is it? Bell? Mel. Well, she's pretty confident from that three-point area. Makes it 18-11. Sarah Dupree running the baseline and scores. Dupree. 5-point game now. 25-23 on the shot clock, so Christy Wilson left wide open. Amanda Chase with the rebound. She's going to move it down. Amanda Chase goes back outside. Not much time left here on the clock. Chase puts up the shot. That doesn't go. She follows it up. Daly's underneath. That doesn't go. Dupree. And a shot's put up at the last second. Bobcats with a wild scramble here to finish the second quarter, but they find themselves down by a score of 18-13. Chazy Eagles on top in the first annual Chazy tip-off tournament for girls varsity basketball for the 97-98 season. The 18-13, the Eagles over the Cats. This is Bill Chase, Sam Castine for Hometown Cable. We'll be back after they take a 10-minute break. Okay, the Bobcats kick it off here with possession in the second half, but find themselves down by an 18-13 score to the Chazy Eagles. Yes, folks, we're just tuning in. The Eagles do have their away uniforms, and they're playing at home. And the Bobcats are actually the visiting team, but they got their home uniforms on. The scoreboard is the Bobcats could read it as they're winning right now because they are really the visiting team. But it's the Eagles on top, 18-13. Amanda Chase just fouled by, I think, the Wilson girl. What's her name? Christy Wilson. Amanda Chase hits the first one, hits the second one. So that's good for 2. Cuts it down to a 3-point margin. Melissa Mel Lemire. They call her Mel. She goes to Prue. Bouchard, Lamb, Wilson, and Lemire start out the second half for the Eagles. Chase, Darcy Rabideau, Jessica Daly, April Miller, and Sarah Dupree start out for the Bobcats. Melissa Lemire, high scorer in that first half, 10 points. And she's for Chazy. And Sarah Dupree had 8 points, a high scorer for the Bobcats. Amanda Chase finding Jess Daly underneath. Daly having the position on the Bouchard girl and puts it up and in, down to a 1-point ball game. 18-17. Lemire comes across midcourt. Big Al Rose and Tom Lacey are tonight's officials. Bouchard on the baseline, pops a jump shot, that's short. Air ball. Sarah Dupree going down the court with it, moving it up quickly for the Cats. Goes back to Rabideau. Rabideau back to Dupree. Dupree pops the jumper. It's a little bit short. Wilson, she had it. Ball was tapped away by Amanda Chase, and then Jessica Daly tied up Christy Wilson. But the possession arrow in favor of.
Give her a holler.
Who's that? What's her name? I forgot it. Her brother is, jeez, I can't even remember. Bouchard to Wilson, back to Bouchard. She pops a shot. That's short. Lamb ends up with a ball. And it's out of bounds as Lamb knocked that ball out of bounds, trying to hang on to it. They're going to try some full court pressure here. Darcy Rabideau dribbles through, and with a nice bounce pass, Jessica Daly unable to hang on. 6:09 left in the third quarter. 18-17 to score. This is the championship game of the Chazy tip-off tournament. First annual for varsity girls basketball. Bouchard being watched by Miller. Lemire saves it, but throws it right in the hands of Miller. And she gives it to Rabideau. Rabideau pops up a running jumper and off the glass and in. And the Bobcats back up on top for the first time since back in the first quarter. 19-18. Prue puts up a shot. Chase had the ball. And there's a foul called, I believe, on the Chazy. Who's the foul on? See this girl over here? We don't know who this girl is. She graduated from NAC in 1997. She goes to Cobleskill. Those are the clues we'll give you. She used to play basketball for the Bobcats. Her brother is named Gary. Wilton and Lemire trying to save it, but Bouchard with a reach-in foul. Lemire hustling to save that ball, and Sarah Dupree was the receiver of those dividends there. And then she tried to move up the court. Bouchard fouled her. And the Bobcats opening up this second half on a strong note, have scored 6 straight points, and they are on top, 19-18 with 5:14 left and a timeout called. Okay, after the timeout, we're back here. Bobcats back in the game. Long shot, three-pointer, and it counts. Darcy Rabideau, that's her second of the game. 22-18, Bobcats' biggest lead here. Well, not really. They actually had a 5-point lead earlier in the game. Prue to Bouchard, back to Prue. April Miller picking her up. And foul called. I think it is being called tighter. We're talking about that in the first half. Bobcats only had 4 fouls in the first half called against them, and the Eagles 3, but it just does appear to be calling tighter here tonight. Jess Daly gets that ball to Dupree. Outlets to Rabideau. Running the court. Goes underneath the basket. Kicks it out to Sarah Dupree. Amanda Chase is on the baseline. Pops up the jump shot. Followed it up. But it was tapped out of her hands, and Prue picked up the loose ball. Prue to Wilson. Wilson over to the other Prue. Melissa Lemire now with the ball. Lemire looking to cut through the Bobcat defense. Prue pops the jump shot and scores. Katie Prue, she had 4 points in the first half. Picking up her force. Just Daly underneath. Amanda Chase with a nice pass. And Daly not hesitating, putting a shot up and scores. You'll find that's what happens more often than not. You don't hesitate. You receive the pass and shoot. You're a better chance of scoring. Daly getting her hand in there defensively. Doing it at the other end of the court. Prue trying to prevent Rabideau from moving it up. Knocks it out of bounds. Katie Prue working on Darcy Rabideau. 3:31 left here in the third quarter of this championship game. Cats and Eagles. Remember last night I said Chazy, I bet you hopes it ends up a green and green tournament championship game, and that's what it did. The red teams have been eliminated. Tracy Lemire now. The Eagles are back on the attack. Prue with a little underhand shot. Daly and Chase. Daly comes up with it. April Miller, a little spin move. Kicks it over to Dupree. Dupree, a long jump shot. Scores! Three-pointer. Sarah Dupree. Been hitting it all weekend. In the groove, folks. Or as they say, in the zone in basketball. Daly playing the defensive pressure. And a chase. Backs up and off the glass. Scores. 29-20. Chase.
Might have been a foul there.
Might have been. And a timeout called by Tuesday Goodrow, the Chazy Eagle head coach. As the Cats have pulled out to a 9-point lead with 2:29 left here in the third quarter. 29-20 is the score. We'll be back after this. Okay, after the timeout, the Eagles with the ball. Lemire to Prue, but Daly's there and steals the ball away. The Prue hustles back to get it back. April Miller, though, picking up a loose ball foul there. And, so Lemire will inbounds right next to the Bobcat bench. Only one scoreboard here in Chazy. The other one they don't use because it doesn't count down, it doesn't split up the last minute and the seconds there that are counting down. Menard puts up a shot. That's off the mark. Rabideau with the rebound. Darcy Rabideau working against Lemire, and Lemire is going to get called for a foul. Rabideau taking it strong to the hoop. Is it on the floor? Shooting too. No, I'm going to say she was in this active shooting. Actually, and if you sit to our right here, you have a difficult time seeing what the score is. We're in the mid-court here on the opposite side of the gym, away from the players.
You sit over there, you have a hard time seeing those folding doors.
Yeah. So I guess Chazy better work on maybe moving the scoreboard. That's off in Wilson. Yeah. Darcy Rabideau hit 1 of 2. It's a 10-point game now. 1:57 left in the third quarter. Bobcats have scored 17 points here in the third quarter. And the Eagles have scored just 5. Katie Bouchard now running the Eagle attack. Gives it to Lemire. Lemire goes to Prue, far side. Back into Bouchard. Bouchard's shot is good. Down to an 8-point game, 30-22. Minute and a half left here in the third quarter. Bill Chase, Sam Castine, Hometown Cable, the ultimate sports network here at Clinton County. Bringing you high school sports action featuring the Chazy Eagles, the Northern Adirondack Bobcats, Northeastern Clinton Cougars, and the Beatmantown Eagles. Rabidou puts up a shot, followed it up, got her own rebound. Ball's kicked out of bounds off of one of the Chazy players. 1:13 left on the clock. Over 1,000 events a year on Hometown Cable. Oh, nice pass by Sarah Dupree. Tracy Lemire, though, at the last second, able to get a hand in there and knock that out of...
That's not Tracy Lemire.
I mean, Melissa Lemire. Jeez, I should have never brought up that guy's name. Sorry, Melissa, I didn't mean that. See that meathead that he just talked to me after the first time in 5 years. Oh, Rabidou going into the middle and a little bit of a hook shot there. Makes it back to a 10-point game for the Cats. Down under a minute in the third quarter. Mel Lemire gives it Katie Bouchard. Back to Lemire. Lemire with the left-hand dribble. Back to Bouchard. Bouchard's getting tied up, but she's able to find Lemire. She scoots out of the way of the Rhino charging Bandit Chase. And she puts up the shot and scores. 32-24. The Eagles, having their problems in the early going, have picked it up here. Since the timeout offensively. Amanda Chase pops a jumper. It's off the mark. Jess Daly's there. She can't convert. Chase goes up and ties up with the Menard girl. And they are not quite sure. 20.6 seconds left on the clock. Possession arrow in favor of the Bobcats, according to the third official, Leonard Welch. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's him down here. The blue-eyed devil with the gray hair. Uh-oh. Leonard will have to talk to them guys in between quarters. All right, Green had it last. Green had it last. 32-24. I'd have to believe Leonard's right. He's never wrong, you know. Bouchard, I don't know. Looks like she lost her own footing there. 11.7 on the clock. Nobody in the bonus yet. I believe the Bobcats should be pretty close. Wilson, nope, to Lemire. Lemire is going to look for a shot. Prue now. Chase knocks that ball out of bounds. 3.9. Nope. They say it's off in Lemire. Sarah Dupree to Chase. And Chase, she looked like she might shoot for this other basket here in the bleachers, but elected not to do so. And so the score ends 32-24. Maybe she should have just put it up.
Might have counted.
You never know. Yeah, Big Al Rose got a kick out of that. Well, the third quarter ends, and the Cats put together a good quarter. They have an 8-point lead here in this tip-off tournament championship game here at the Chazy High School in beautiful downtown Chazy. Chazy's and Eagles and the Northern Adirondack Bobcats here. We're into the fourth quarter of this tip-off tournament championship game. Cats up by 8. Eagles up in the first half. Now April Miller picking up a foul on Bouchard girl. Hey, I'll drop your pen you give me. Yeah, pretty valuable. Sam Castine pens up for election there in 97 here. Highway Superintendent of Champlain. Lemire puts up a jumper. Doesn't go. Lamb trying to put it up. Chase tied up with Bouchard. It's off and Chase. Bouchard, Lamb, Christy Wilson, Lemire, and Prue started out here in the fourth quarter for Chazy. Dupree, Chase. Dupree, Chase, Daly, Rabideau, and April Miller for the Bobcats. Inbounded. Prue now from Lemire. Loose ball picked up by Darcy Rabideau. She's racing down the court. Prue looking to pick her up. She lays it up. Doesn't go. April Miller sliding on the floor using some of that volleyball, that stuff there to dive down there on the floor to pick the ball off the top of the ground in volleyball. Unable though to save it. Katie Bouchard fell down underneath. Darcy Rabideau unable to convert the layup. Bouchard throws one up. And then a push called on the Chazy Eagles. No 4-1. 1-4. Tom Lacey calling it 4-1. Rachel Lamb actually is 1-4, so.
Oh, it's 4-2 now.
Oh, is it 4-2?
Bouchard.
Oh, Bouchard. Oh, well, 4-2, 4-1. Some of the fans getting a kick out of that, though. Possibly they thought he was mixing that 1-4 and 4-1 up. Katie Bouchard, I believe, is in a little bit of foul trouble. That might have been her. She had 2 in the first half. I think she's already picked up 2 here. So she's up to 4. You only can get 5, right?
All right. He's sitting the bench.
Not a real great pass there by Darcy Rabideau. Lamb is able to steal the ball and gives it to Wilson. Wilson gets it to Prue. Menard is in the game for Bouchard. They swing it here to Prue. Inside to Wilson. Wilson looking to cut around Latrice Thomas, and she does and gets it up and in. Krista Wilson, the big girl for Chazy. Timeout called here with 17 seconds left. Bobcats getting caught off guard. Chazy has made it a 6-point game. 6:28 on the clock. 32-26. Bobcats over the Eagles. Hey, you know, you guys are always looking for guys to do play-by-play. You know, Marv Elbert ain't doing nothing. Marv Elbert. And there's a foul call. You know, you got Gordy Little working for hometown, you know. And maybe Marv's in a sort of a, what you'd call retirement. We do Marv Albert impersonations. Yes! Darcy Rabideau on the line as foul was called. She missed the first one. Shooting 2. Good shot there. Yes! Sam, your brother said I was the Marv Albert of hometown anyways. So I guess I'll use that basketball lingo of his. Menard now with the ball to the Lemire. That's Mel Lemire. Menard pops a shot. It's off the mark. Chase with the rebound. She brings it up the court herself. Prue watching her. She dishes off to April Miller. Miller, converted volleyball star, now basketball star. Has played well for the first 2 games here in this tournament. Darcy Rabideau, that's just off the back of the rim. She hustles in there, almost stole the ball away from Lamb and Prue. But Prue able to maintain possession. Meldon pops his shot, that one's off the mark. Menard rebounds and then converts it. 5-point game, 33-28. Forgot about Darcy Rabideau scoring that point there. April Miller on the baseline. Blocking foul called on Menard. What Menard? Sarah Menard, that is. Pretty good game thus far here. The Eagles carrying the play in the first half, and the Bobcats have picked it up here in the second half. Now the Eagles are making a run here in the fourth quarter to try and get back into it. Only down by 5 points. April Miller not able to convert that foul shot. Lemire with the long rebound. Jessica Daly back in the game, fouling Rachel Lamb. Saturday night basketball here on Hometown Cable. Why watch hockey night in Canada when you can watch high school basketball? Some girls. Here's the Lamb girl. See Rob McAuliffe standing over there. Rob, you don't have a date tonight. So he's here in the Chazy watching a game. Amanda Chase with the rebound, getting the position on the Wilson girl. Chase will bring the ball up the court. Oh, she almost lost it. A little unorthodox. Darcy Rabideau moving the ball around for the Bobcats. Sarah Dupree. They've been keeping her at bay here in the last few minutes. Inside to Chase. Chase against Wilson. Moves to her left. Puts up a shot. Gets her own rebound. No foul called. Hustling Amanda Chase. She went to the left. That's what Wilson gave her. But travel called. Prue now with the ball. Prue to Menard in the corner. On the baseline. Lamb back to Menard. That's off the mark. Chase. Now with Lemire, the lone person back, she gives it over to April Miller. Jessica Daly can't hang on. Lamb comes up with it. Amanda Chase runs right into the ball that Lamb had in her hand, tied up Rachel Lamb. Possession area in favor of the Cats. 3:59 here. Down under 4 minutes. Steve Chilton pulling out what hair he's got left over there. Tuesday Goodrow, she's got a good set. Oh, wide open Sarah Dupree. Nice pass by Darcy Rabideau. Dupree able to get the rebound. Rabideau trying to bust through that Chazy defense and draws the foul. Sarah Dupree, I think, got caught a little bit too much underneath the basket because her shot, she just went straight up with it. So I think if she would have, the rim, she was underneath the rim type of deal. Darcy Rabideau hits the first one. Big foul shot there. Make it a 6-point game. Katie Bouchard returns to the game in place of Rachel Lamb. Darcy Rabideau looking to shoot the second one. She does. Converts. And Steve Chilton told the official, Mr. Al Rose, that he wanted a timeout. She made it. She did. There is a timeout. 3:41 on the clock. Northern Adirondack Lady Bobcats 35. The Chazy Lady Eagles 28 here in the first annual Chazy Tip-Off Tournament. Okay, during the timeout, me and Sam, we were talking about a covered dish supper is the best way to go if you're going to have any kind of a banquet. Community banquet. Amanda Chase gets in front of Wilson. April Miller coming up with the ball. Darcy Rabideau finally is tied up by number 22, Katie Prue. Prue was on the floor with Miller, and even the ball got loose, and then she tied up Rabideau. Nice job by Katie Prue. Mel Lemire to Menard. Menard back to Lemire. Lemire's shot. It's in and out. Menard with the rebound. She pops it up. Wilson is fouled by Amanda Chase, I believe. Yeah, Amanda Chase picking up the foul. 3:16 on the clock. Wilson a little slow coming up. off the floor there, but she appears to be okay. She's on the line. She'll shoot 2. Oh. Like I said, these rims can sometimes be friendly, and sometimes... Oh, okay, hit the wire. They didn't count that, so...
It's 2 more.
No. Okay. Well, one thing you know about the fans here, they're right into this game. They know the score and helping the officials officiate. So, Wilson, not very lucky that time. At the foul line. That one was rolled around the rim. Full court pressure going to be applied here by the Chazy Eagles as they're down by 7. Rabideau bringing it up the sidelines. Oh, I just stepped on a cord. Rabideau on a baseline. Kicks it to Daly. Daly shoots. Man to chase. Clock's not running. Wow. Man to chase. Or Christy Wilson. Shot put up. 5-point game now. Chazy has just made it 35-30. Rabideau. Bobcats. Amanda chase. The dribble. Amanda, you gotta be more fluid. Hesitant. And a timeout call. 2:34 left on the clock. 35-30 is the score. The Eagles have cut it down to a 5-point ball game. Two and a half minutes left in this championship game, the first annual Chazy tip-off tournament of girls varsity basketball. And Wilson, she got that foul shot hitting that wire. She figured she'd throw one up there and see if that helped. she muscled that one. April Miller on the inbounds pass. Sarah Dupree. And a blocking foul called on Menard. 2:20 left. That stops the clock. That's what Chazy wants to do. But that puts the Bobcats in a 1-1. And that'll put Sarah Dupree on the line, I believe. And it's going to come down to a possible foul shooting game. Which team can shoot the foul shots? Menard is out. Jen Prue is in. Are they sisters?
Yeah.
Katie Prue, Jen Prue. Dupree can't convert. Bouchard with the rebound. Brings it down to right side. Pulls back up. Cuts back. Taking some time off the clock. Sarah Dupree with a steal. Yes. Finds Rabideau cutting to the basket. Rabideau pops a shot. Doesn't go. Bouchard again with the rebound. Down under 2 minutes. Katie Prue now with the ball. Bobcats have been playing some tenacious defense here in the second half. April Miller trying to hustle. And that's a hard pass for Mel Lemire to handle on the baseline. So it's out of bounds. 1:42 left. Bobcats with possession. April Miller now found wide open by Darcy Rabideau. Sarah Dupree. Dupree has played extremely well for the Bobcats. She's open in the corner, pops a jump shot. Oh, just off the mark. Rebound picked up by Lemire. Lemire quickly for the Eagles. Dishes to Prue. Prue throws it back to Bouchard. Bouchard loses it to Miller. Miller throws it down the court. Darcy Rabideau will pick up a foul. Trying to steal the ball from Tracy Lemire. Melma Lemire. So 1:08 left on the clock. Score remains 35-30. But Mel Lemire can cut this to a 3-point ball game if she can hit both these foul shots. The baby's being fed there. I think the baby's name is Brittany.
I guess it's a girl.
Yep. Amanda Chase picking up the rebound. Bouchard forcing Amanda Chase to travel. 1:04 left. Turnover. Gets the ball back to Chazy. Prue pops a shot. That's short. And the other Prue was out of bounds. She picked up that ball. Down under a minute left. Bobcats on top by 5. First annual Chazy tip-off tournament. April Miller throws the ball away. Lemire, she pops a shot. Doesn't go. Finds Bouchard open underneath. She can't convert. Amanda Chase gets the rebound. Chase goes cross court to Dupree. Chazy has had their chances here, but unable to convert. Darcy Rabideau through the middle. Pops it up. Jess Daly pops a shot, scores. Yeah, I think so. Little travel there, but makes it a 37-30 game. And the Cats look to be well on their way of winning a first tournament. I don't know if they ever have. Amanda Chase steals the ball. She had to dribble, takes it. Oh, she run into one of the Prue girls. Sarah Dupree, back to Miller. Miller will pop the shot. Oh, it's off the mark. Jess Daly is fouled by Wilson with 2.5 seconds left on the clock. And Steve Chilton and the Northern Adirondack Lady Bobcat varsity girls basketball team to be congratulated. They're going to look like they're going to win the first annual Chazy tip-off tournament. And they'll be bringing some hardware home and improve their record to 2-0. And sending notice that the Bobcat girls basketball program is back on their feet, folks. That's Jess Daly hitting both of them. Makes it a 39-30 game. And the Cats with some tenacious defense in the second half, holding Chazy to 15 points and actually scoring what they had. They scored 26 of their own, outscoring them in the second half, pulling away to win this game 39-30. So Northern Adirondack Lady Bobcats are the champions of the first annual Chazy tip-off tournament for girls varsity basketball. Great game here. Chazy had it going in the early going, but the Bobcats put it together into all-important second half. Congratulations to the Bobcats. Nice effort put forth by Tuesday Goodrose Chazy Eagles. We're looking forward to the regular season that will start coming up December 10th, at least for the CVAC and the girls action. I don't know about the Mountain Valley League. We're going to stay tuned right here. Mr. Devins has come forth with the hardware. Party at Chilton's after the game. Yeah. By the time you see this, the party will be maybe over or maybe still going on.
Thank everybody for showing up to the first annual tournament. Hopefully next year we can do the same with a little different outcome now. Second place, Chazy Eagles.
Chazy Eagles will getting the second place trophy. Some nice trophies here, but being presented actually. I mean, even for second place.
Northern Adirondack Bobcats.
And the Bobcats picking up a first place trophy for a tournament. They got a 2-0 record. And a job well done for the Northern Adirondack Lady Bobcats. Sarah Dupree, Darcy Rabideau, and the rest of the starters putting forth a great effort. April Miller doing a nice job. Amanda Chase, Jessica Daly, Latrice Thomas. They all pitched in here. Great team effort. Well, this has been Bill Chase and Sam Castine for Hometown Cable, your ultimate high school sports network here in Clinton County. We were at Chazy for this tip-off tournament, and we'll be seeing you all in the regular season. Have a good night, everybody, and drive slow on these winter highways.